Now the head coach of the BYU women's volleyball program, Heather Olmstead, on the Deseret First Credit Union hotline via Zoom. Heather, welcome to the show. Amidst tough circumstances, we certainly appreciate you spending some time with us today.
Thanks, you guys. I appreciate you having me on.
All right, Heather, let's start with the no-brainer here, and that is, what is your reaction to the cancellation of the West Coast Conference women's volleyball season and all fall sports at BYU?
I think my reaction is devastation for our players. I'm heartbroken. They're heartbroken. It's a little different situation this fall because it was more like a slow burn that everyone knew it was coming. So the reaction wasn't such a surprise as it was for the spring and winter sports, but we knew there was a possibility that this would happen. But it doesn't make it any easier for our student athletes or for our staff. The news is heartbreaking. It's devastating for this team, the seniors, the freshmen incoming class that we have, and everyone in between. It's been disappointing, but it's understandably what was going to happen and had to happen. So we're coping with it the best we can.
Why do you feel like it had to happen?
Why? It had to happen because everybody else had dropped out before us, and so it was inevitable that for us that was going to happen, and that's what I'm referring to. Like, we knew our conference was coming. It was just a matter of time, and when the teams drop below 50% participation, I mean that's what I'm referring to. As far as not being able to play, I mean, we wanted to play. Our team wanted to play. We are ready to play. Our administration's done a great job getting our kids back in the gym with following CDC guidelines and following protocol and put in a really amazing, safe environment for our kids to be in. And so we were ready and we were excited, but knew that this was a possibility.
Heather, you mentioned the slow burn, and that's a great description of what this has really become. So walk us through the timeline of at what time did you and your players start to broach, and I know you didn't want to, but broach the topic of, hey, this thing actually might get shut down?
Yeah, that conversation was happening in June when they were starting to come back, when BYU was opening up our facilities. There was always that possibility. And our attitude's been, hey, we're going to be ready whenever it's time to play. We're going to be the team that's ready to go. Let's control what we can control. Get back in the gym. Let's get in the weight room. Let's be together. And so that conversation's been happening. And then we were able to have that on Wednesday when Tom Holmoe gave us a heads up that, hey, this announcement may come out tomorrow, which was Thursday. We were actually heading into a team meeting with Craig Manning, our mental strength coach, and had an opportunity to talk about it as a team and to just be together and answer questions, even though there's still more questions than answers out there for our team. But it was a good opportunity for us to finalize it on Wednesday, and the announcement came out yesterday. And if you would have been in the gym, and Tom Holmoe was in the gym yesterday during our practice in the morning, right before the West Coast Conference made their announcement, you would have never known that our team was dealing with this adversity about to come in front of them. The energy level was so high, the excitement to practice yesterday, and we're practicing again today. I've been really impressed with our student athletes, our team's ability to focus and be resilient. But of course, this is going to take some time to process and grieve. We've talked about we're going to grieve, losing the fall and losing some dreams for these kids and not knowing if there will be a spring. The reality is nobody knows. So it's hard to get excited about the spring when nobody's giving you any answers.
Yeah, trying to postpone to the spring sounds like when I tell my daughter when she wants to buy something in the store, but I don't want to buy it. Yeah, maybe. That's what it feels like. Like, is spring a reality in your opinion? How could that work, if at all?
I have no idea, and that's not my job. So I just get the kids ready to play, and I would love to have those answers so I could give them to our kids, but that's for other people to decide and figure out. And it's a tough one for sure. Obviously, we want to play in the spring. We have a bunch of kids that want to play. We have seniors that want to get out there, but it's really out of our control.
Listen, the idea of a doubleheader with men and women's volleyball actually sounds pretty cool, though.
Sure.
Right? Doesn't it?
That would be awesome.
I think so, too.
Let's just put the ladies in the primetime spot, right, Coach?
I think we'd have to defer to the guys since it's their season for sure. We would feel blessed and lucky for the opportunity to get out there and play in front of our fans. I mean, we're going to miss our fans this fall. Cougar Nation has been incredible. Their support, just via social media and reaching out to us. It's been pretty neat to see. We know that they'll be there whenever we decide, we can get back out on the court.
Heather Olmstead with us on BYU Sports Nation, very accomplished head coach of BYU women's volleyball. How do you channel the competitive spirit of your team now? What will they be competing in now because there are no games in the foreseeable future?
Yeah, I think this is a great opportunity for us to put our focus in other areas. We're going to take opportunities to still practice and get better, depending on what the NCAA comes back with, what our hours are going to be. But we know we're going to practice. We're going to be together, and we're going to take this opportunity to get better. So we'll create competitive environments in the gym. We're going to take opportunities to focus on our academics to make sure that kids are on track and heading in the right direction with their degrees and graduation, which our team always is. And we're going to take opportunities to serve and to do things with our team together and in the community and really work on our leadership and our team culture. And there's so many things we can do as well as play volleyball and get better that we're really going to have to turn our attention and focus in other areas so we can bloom and blossom in other ways that our players hadn't planned on.
Will there be any 50-mile runs with your brother Sean involved, either for you or for your team?
No, I think we'll just stick to the volleyball court. We might play some pickleball. We might get competitive that way, throw in a couple different extracurricular activities for our team and keep their interest that way. That's one of the concerns, right, is how can we keep our kids engaged without knowing, the spring situation? Are we going to play in the spring or are we going to wait till next fall? And so it's something that as a staff and around the country is a challenge for all fall sports that they have to deal with.
So you're going to keep practicing in the hope of a spring / keep everybody engaged, and then if you play in spring, you've been practicing anyway?
Correct. Yeah, we're practicing today, and we're going to take it way slower. We've taken some things out of preseason. There's no double days this fall, and you've seen that across the country with football and some other sports. It's a little slower. You're able to dive into the systems. You're able to dive into fundamentals, knowing. Because we were thinking we were going to play September 24th, so we had more time, to get ready for conference. So that's what we've got, and we have a bunch of kids that want to get better. And I think this is where you see a lot of people talk about grit. This is where you're actually going to see the gritty kids, because the question is, do they have the passion for volleyball to stick through it, and do they have the perseverance that this is really hard? This is something I'm going through that's just extremely difficult. And I'm going to be persistent that you're going to see me on the court in the spring or next fall. And I think that's really cool for fans and families to get excited about, to see that grittiness and our team come out.
I know the decision's already been made. It is what it is. But in football, there's this debate of whether we should play or not. In volleyball specifically, do you feel like you could have made it work, that you could have played? Or is this a decision that you just we can't control, whatever?
I think it was becoming very difficult to see how it was going to work. And our players were seeing that. How's this going to work? Someone gets sick. Does that affect our whole team? Does that take us all out for a couple of weeks? So it was becoming increasingly difficult to see the vision of how it was going to work this fall. I think that BYU is doing a great job testing and keeping us safe, and they have plans in place. So I think it could have been done, but I definitely know that, this decision was not made lightly by the West Coast Conference. And so we're going to adhere to it, and we're going to do the best we can.
Coach, we commend you and your team for your competitive spirit and for the approach that you've taken in just a really impossible situation. So we send you some BYU Sports Nation karma. Obviously, we can't wait to see your team get on the floor and play again. And we know that there will be great things when that does happen.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. And, hey, it just leaves more time for us to be on Sports Nation this fall.
Let's go. Hey, no excuses. If we ask, you have to come on.
Listen, no one can cancel the show. We don't have a conference. Yeah.
We need you guys. Thanks for everything you guys do to keep us excited and looking forward.
You got it.
Thanks, Heather.
Heather Olmstead on the Deseret First Credit Union Hotline. Deseret First, you know why, we show how.
I'm bummed